Hi, race fans. Here we go. We're back here tonight, 2026, kicking off the season for the Clean Racing League. And, man, it was a thriller last season. If you missed it, Lane Hostler, man, pulling off that upset coming into the last race, getting the championship. Well, it's Daytona. And, man, I tell you what, we got about a couple weeks to the real Daytona stuff, man, kicks off the 2026 racing season in real life. But tonight we're kicking it off here for the Clean Racing League. That's right, Ghost Athletics Truck Series here. We got CRL Podcast and a new one, man, Savage Design. Go check them guys out. Tonight, they did the duels early on last week, so already the field was set. Matthew Dyer, the man putting it on pole right now. But I got a guy up here in the booth, man. I haven't talked to him in a long time, man. Old Matthew Johnson. Matthew, how you doing tonight?
Ready to roll, man. Daytona, I'm excited. Great to be back with you, Joe. We're going to get this season kicked off right here in the World Center of Racing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I call it, like you said, I call it the epicenter of all things motorsports. It kicks off the season in real life, man, for racing. We're kicking it off here for 2026 tonight. Great field. I know you're new to this league. Talked a little bit about it. New things here this season. Charters is the number one thing. 41 drivers. Charters out here, they're all set. Although if you're a new guy wants to join the league, you still got that opportunity. You're just gonna have to race your way in week in and week out to get it done. Also, definitely check out cleanracingleague.com, get you up to date on everything happening in the league, plus the ARCA series that we'll see coming up this Wednesday. Tonight we got the trucks, and Matthew, I talk about Daytona as we're getting set to go green flag here. And we'll talk some more about it throughout the race. Qualifying is important, but it's kind of more of a bragging rights as pace truck's about to duck off. Here we go. Green flag's about to fly on our season here for 2026. Appreciate everybody out there tuning in. The man's going to bring him to the line. A little slow march here as the green flag flies. We're racing at Daytona.
Big push on the inside lane, and look at that, Joe. Top side already kind of split apart there on the start.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to see a lot. It's going to be side by side, tooth to nail, nose to tail. I always talk about, when we're talking about plate racing, about the only time you're ever going to see it probably get broke up is green flag pit stops, or obviously a massive wreck, something happened on the field or so forth. I see the Dusty fans are out there in tone tonight. Boy, I tell you what, he's definitely got a fan club, Matthew. That man does. Dusty Martin out there right now in 10th place spot. He's got a fan club that comes in week and week out that supports him. So, and you'll see that. You've got a lot of guys. Also, another one out here that I'm really familiar with, Jacob Grant. Good to see him back. Missed about half of the season last season, but right now he's got that truck rolling on the top side, going to the front.
Yes, sir, with a lot of help up there on that outside lane, and those top two trucks able to lock bumpers, and that's going to help you a little bit, Joe, but you don't want to do it too much. You get on that left side, turn that truck right around.
Yeah, and I talk about that, bump drafting in the turn, through the turn, tri-oval, in and out of the tri-ovals. Not yet. Last lap, hey, everything's all fair, love, and racing at that point, but at this point, I talk about textbook style drafting, and when I say that, it's usually like a hood, maybe half a hood back. And I think right now you're seeing a lot of that go on right now. You are seeing a little bit of guys being tucked up on it. I think some early racing jitters, excitement to get back into the racing things. It's been a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. And another thing changed with these trucks. They don't suck up quite as well as they used to. So they're probably having to get used to that as well there, Joe.
Yeah, you're right. Right. I mean, and I still say that a lot of these trucks, aerodynamically, they're when it comes to drafting, they're going to be glued up there. And you see it right now. Everybody just kind of being patient. I mean, the high line, I think the high line's going to need some help. You see Jacob Grant right there on that top side. He does have some help right now. And I think if they did a lot of pushing, they'd be able to get back to the front. But I don't know. Man, kind of just struggling just a little bit. And again, just a little bit of patience.
Yeah, a little bit of patience. But one thing you got to watch for is that outside line really needs to push harder just because they got a further distance to really get around here. So they really got to push if they're going to move forward.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Nice looking paint jobs out here, too. I just noticed that Andy Cork right there. Let's get the Frito, man. I like that. That's kind of nice. I like that paint job. That stands out.
God, don't tell me that. I'll be sending the wife to the store to get Fritos.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, right in front of me, you got Fruity Pebble machine. Zachary Peterson. Gonna make everybody hungry out here tonight.
All these food trucks are going to give me the munchies over here.
Right now, Matthew Dyer, he won the duels last week and was able to put himself on pole. I've said it many a times when it comes to qualifying at the plate races, Daytona and Talladega, to me it's more of a bragging right type of thing because I've seen so many guys win from the front, middle, back. I've seen guys win 2 laps down starting on pit road. So, and even in real life, it brings about the most first-time winners of anything. As you see, we talked about that outside lane. That's Jordan Trask trying to bring that freight train on the top side back to life. Looks like Matthew Dyer, though, still going to be the man there with him. And, let's go to 44. We got that 44. Here's the 44. Kenyon Jackson. Yeah, he's been the one man that's been here, quite a while too. Was here last season, had a good little fan club going on, but side by side up front, they're still stuck together. You know what? I think now I don't know about you, man, Matthew. Me, when I raced, I didn't really care to be on that bottom side lane when I was drafting behind someone. And kind of, let's go on board here with the Joshua Altus to kind of give you an idea of why. Well, but you see right here, the closer you get to the guy in front of you, all you see is that big wing and the back end of him. Not so bad going down the straightaways, but you'll see it right here. If he stays tucked up on him, if going into the turn, you really don't see the apron. Right there, he's a little far back from him. If he was really tucked up on him, you wouldn't be able to see that apron and have a chance to kind of clip that bottom part. As opposed to where Jacob Grant is, he can see that far off distance there and kind of see it a little bit. So I always felt a little bit comfortable on the top side, more so than I did on that bottom. But I'm like you're kind of stuck on that bottom, like, where Joshua Altus is right now. This was coming to the last lap. There's nowhere he could go. He can't go below the yellow. He can't go high. Three wide back there.
Yeah, you want to talk about uncomfortable in the middle is really uncomfortable.
Yeah, no doubt. That's actually, who's that? Number 1, Logan Brecky. He thought about it. He got back in. Well, never mind. They're 3 wide up top up here. Jacob Man said, heck with it. I'm going to come to the top and bring a slew of machines with him. Oh, a little bump in the middle. Woo. Yeah, they caught Jordan Trask off in the middle there. He's going to fall right back. Going to be a brick in water. Right now, still out front, Matthew Dyer. Joshua Altus right there behind him. Zachary Peterson. Andy Court. Looks like the top 4 machines got a good straightaway speed. Here comes Nathan Brown to the outside, though. He's got the only dad's machine there, too. Well, he's actually down low right now. Who's on the outside there? That's Dusty Martin. Still there?
There we go. Sorry about
okay.
that. It's cut me off there, but that top side really starting to work together here.
Absolutely. You got Dusty up there. And again, you were talking about it earlier. They're going to have to form up a little bit because you've got the longer way to go around the track. They're going to need a little more oomph in that bottom lane wheel. But at this point, you can kind of see, I go back to that, try to be patient, just ride a little bit here, see what you got. Right. I mean, still got a little ways to go on this one. As I say, that they go 3 wide.
No reason to really push the issue this early, I don't think, dude.
I don't either. Yeah, and again, as we say that, then they go 3 wide right in the middle. Go figure. We say one thing, then turn around, they're going to do something different.
That's going to be a trend all year, I have a feeling.
Yeah. They get up there, and the guys going to look like, all right, we're going to be a little patient. Next thing you know, boom, they're up our 3 wide. And They've actually got, who is that in the middle there? They've got the one Logan Brecky down on the bottom side, the 87 machine there in the middle. Parker Collins, man, Mitch talked about him a lot too. He's the one kind of stuck in the middle, and that's not a good feeling to be stuck in that middle either.
No, being stuck in the middle is no bueno. That is never, ever a good thing. It's surprising, Joe, how much these trucks move around when they're in the middle like that. That's just crazy. So what are your thoughts here? Joshua able to get up there with Matt there and hang on. Good job by those two.
Yeah, well, you're talking about on the top side?
Yep.
Yeah,
yes,
Matt,
sir.
well, Matthew right now, he's controlling that front side, and I think Joshua's just sitting there riding at this point. And so along with Peters and Cork. Again, we go back to, it's still early. Well, we're looking at lap 11 right now, 75 on the books. You're just wanting to get, try to feel it out. Obviously, first race, get some of that nerves back underneath you, the excitement, the adrenaline that you got pumping. To get back with a new season. Everybody wants to win that first race. Get that monkey on the back. Although, the big change here, Matthew, is used to be everybody wanted to get that win off their back because it knocked them into the playoffs. Now it does not. So, I'm not saying it's not important, but it is important because obviously you want to control points and so forth. But, it used to be, man, everybody wanted to get that because, hey, I'm in the playoffs.
I would kind of argue here, man, it's almost more important now just because you got to keep your points nice enough, right? You can't have an off week. Before you get a win, you're in the championship playoffs, it doesn't really matter. Now you don't have that.
Yeah, you don't have the cushion to go back on, and we talked to Caleb before the race there about that, and again, some guys, look, every one of these guys in the league here are very good. Man, I don't know what Joshua was doing up there, but he went for a block, it looked like, and that could have been a disaster coming to the outside. Who is that coming to the outside? The 87 machine there. That's Parker Collins, if we can't get something worked up. But, yeah, I'm with you. We talked to Caleb beforehand, and, not taking anything away from some of these guys, but some of these guys, races like this that produce some of the first-time winners in any of motorsports was their opportunity to get in. And I'll use Caleb as an example. He's a road race ringer, and you'll hear it here on you'll hear it here on the channel, and you'll hear it from the guys in the league. When they go to road courses, they talk about Caleb Smith. They talk about him and Evan Kinney. Those are some of the road race guys here in the league. So those guys looked forward for those races because it's like, yeah, that's my opportunity. I can get into that playoff. They don't have that cushion now,
like a wild card, right? You get the really good plate racer, the really good road course driver. Even when dirt was on the schedule with Bristol back in the day, that was the thing too. And you take that win opportunity out, and now it's a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah, it takes us back to the old school days, and how I remember it was consistency wins championships. I mean, winning races is great, but being consistent can win you some championships. And now you actually can play that because there has been some drivers here make it almost to the Final Four, even in the playoff system, how it was, without ever winning a race. So if they could do that, imagine what they can do now if they play that consistency. So we still see Matthew Dyer trying to see them. They're teetering on trying to get that third lane going up on that top side.
They're teetering on it. They just can't get it going. Now that 3 wide there to tail of the pack, that's not going to help.
No, it's not. You see, most guys, do the strategy. They'll fall back to the back. Some want to be up front. A lot of guys, they try not to be in that middle side right there along where Justin Curtis, maybe Darian Staff is, Jordan Trask, Kenyon, and so forth. Some of those guys right there that are running, it's kind of a little uneasy to be, but early on, you're patient, but then you go way back here in the back. I mean, I'm trying to look back here. I talk about Adrian Ghost. He's back here just riding. Lane Hostler, there you go, the defending series champ. Now, I don't know about the 4 seconds off. They've lost a little bit to the pack up front. But again, it's still just them being patient. them just riding in the back here, keeping in line. No need to try to be back here battling each other.
Yeah, no real reason to like battle yourself, but I will say this, laps counting down rather quickly here. This is not a very long race here.
No, it's not. They don't have very. These aren't very, very long style races, but I mean, that they seem long in a sense too. One of the things too, pit strategies. A lot of times, a lot of guys will just try to do one pit strategy here. On the sim, this a lot. Unfortunately, when it comes to the plate races, tires really are not the be-all, end-all. You could actually go a whole race without even changing tires. In real life, sure, you're going to have to change them. Now, if a caution happens, sure, that's when you probably will want to take maybe 4 tires or so forth. But on green flag, I don't think you're going to see anybody, man, take 4 tires. That's kind of like dooming yourself because you don't want to lose that draft.
You're going to lose the draft if you try that, and then you're going to be in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about Caleb Smith. He's right there in 23rd, just riding a little bit. He's still in that front pack. And Joshua Gillian right there along with another good guy. I know his girlfriend out there sometimes supports him and looks on. I suppose, as opposed to a lot of the other fans out there. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Like and share if you like it. I know you remember this guy, man, Matthew. Used to aggravate him all the time when I said good old Tim McBriar. He used to always say, he used to always tell me, I say, look, if you don't, man, hit the thumbs down button, hit that too. We appreciate you coming by. I hate him. Yeah, I always used to be like, Joe, why you say that? I mean, what do you say? Racing Daytona-wise, man, 2x2, side-by-side action. I mean, this place kicks off the racing. It gets your blood boiling, man, your hair jumping up and down and get going. New season here, Clean Racing League. Right now, they're up front, man. They're going side by side. Matthew Dyer's been the man up front on that bottom side for most of it, but that high lane has finally caught up as, I don't know who that was back there, but almost got a little wiggly. That high lane's trying to see if they can't get something going there with Justin Curtis.
Yeah, they are. They're getting it going. Curtis doing a great job. That truck back there got wiggly. That kind of hurt their momentum a little bit, but I don't think it's going to matter. And I do believe out of turn 2, if they can get together here, Joe, Mr. Curtis might go to the race lead here.
And when I talk about this a lot too. Bring your dancing partner to the show. You see Curtis up there with Parker Collins. Does Curtis leave him though, man? Does he find somebody else if he gets that opening to go down low, or does he try to get Collins with him and stay with him? And so I mean, it's kind of that. Hey, like I said, yeah, your dancing partner brought you up there, and you're going to leave him out to dry. You see it a lot here in plate racing.
I don't think he's going to leave him. He's going to stay with him here. He's looking to get an opportunity to get him down with him. You got to bring that dancing partner with you. But now, just as I say that, he left him.
Yeah, and that's just nothing uncommon. It's kind of, I call it like the do-si-do effect. I mean, you'll see a guy go down low, and then here comes the guy on the top side, gets a good run because he's getting pushed behind him. That's Darian Staff up there trying to give him a good push. And then Parker Collins will drop down low, and then next thing you know, it's just kind of a roundabout.
Yeah, it's a roundabout of exchanging doors up top. But it's good to see them finally get this outside to work. I was kind of concerned that outside lane wasn't going to be able to get a run, but they are now. And you take a look here, that 67 doing or 87, excuse me, doing a great job up there leading it. But Joe, this outside lane is really getting some power behind it.
It is. The problem we always see, and even in real life, but again, it really doesn't matter. I mean, look, to win, all you got to do is get your nose out front. You don't got to pass the guy. You just got to get that nose in front of him and get across the line. The problem, like you said, yeah, they can get it going. It's just being able to push past the inside lane. The inside lane has just got, so much momentum on that bottom side that you see kind of like, the guy up front, he gets a good push, and then, he drops down low. Then you got the next guy in line, he comes up there, he drops down low. So it's kind of like I say, a roundabout type of thing. But it's just kind of normal here, Matthew. I mean, you see it. High lane gets a good push going, but then falls back just a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like a yo-yo. It's normal. They'll get up there, get the run, fall back, get back up there. And now, as we close drastically on pit stops, that's your next focus. Get on pit road clean Don't make a mistake. Don't speed. Don't wreck the truck. Don't do any of that.
Absolutely. There you go. Yeah, 10 on the move, man, right there. Joshua Gillian back in the 17th spot. Another guy, man, that a very good driver. He's made the playoffs last couple of times, and running in a league that actually, that the league that he's got on the side of that truck, and I appreciate the logo, man. Shout out there. But the Sim 500 league there is where Mike Kelly and Scott Simley came from. And when I first saw them, and a very good league that is, I got some top-notch drivers there, and I actually put them with this league because there's some very good drivers, top-notch here also. So I knew they would fit in quite well. So it's kind of wild to see him out there running it, but definitely a fast guy. Talked about Scott Simley. I call him Scott Smiley, always out there smiling. Right down at 11 there, Matthew, but it's good to see him back because he actually had a back injury at about the middle three-quarters of the way of last season. He was able to make it back, I think, about the last race or so, but he was out there for about a month or two, not been able to race and all, hurt his back. So good to see him back out here.
Yeah, it's great to see him back. I got to call him there on Friday night over with the 802 guys on my channel. Had a good run there, talked to him a little bit, and I think he's recovering pretty well. He's getting right back at it.
He is. Him and the teammate right there, Mike Kelly. I mean, they got a heck of a team down there, Turn 1 Heroes. That's something that, they have so many teams here in the Clean Racing League that are so darn good. I can't really just go, yeah, there's a great team. There's so many. I mean, Alloyed Motorsports, High Five Racing, you've got Long Shot Motorsports. You got the Only Dads who, well, they've got the defending series champs in there. Lane Osler on one, and they got Parker Collins there too. They actually had 3 of the final 4 last season in the championship running, so that was kind of impressive. We got pit stops happening here.
Pit road.
Not everybody. We got a couple takers there, but yeah. And then you got S&B Motorsports. Then the Turn 1 Heroes that we were just talking about. There's so many top-notch teams in here that I can't just go, let me pick out one. Yes, you're going to see some drivers that are up front all the time, but still awesome drivers throughout the field.
And I do think with teams like the Heroes down there, running multiple leagues together also helps them, I think, because they get a lot of track with it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of these guys do, running several other leagues and whatnot. That's a good question out there, VG. Are you asking as opposed to what it's like from real racing to this? I mean, as we see a bunch of them coming on pit road here. iRacing wise, let me just use an iRacing term. Trucks as opposed to what, actually I just talked about this last night, the trucks to what the next gen car. There's not much difference, super speedway wise, between the two. I would say probably the truck might be a little, you have to handle it a little bit more now than what the next gen. Used to not be that way with how the old Cup car was. The old Cup car, oh, good Lord, dude, you better have some skill to drive that thing.
Yeah, you got a handful of that one. The truck now, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it almost feels like a overgrown super late model.
Yeah. Oh, I call it a brick on wheels. I mean, it's like a big block on wheels. I mean, but it has so much downforce to it. Obviously, they don't have plates on. Well, they used to not have plates. I'd have to go back and double check, man, to reference that. They used to not have plates on them because of obviously these are not aerodynamic as opposed to what a car is. So you're asking between real or the sim. Now, here's my take on it. iRacing is the realest thing without spending millions of dollars to go real racing. With that said, there still is some aspects that in real racing that you can't bring over to a sim. The G-force, the feel, the sound, the smell, the et cetera, et cetera. You got a car around in the back.
We got
came out on pits. Oh, that's Fred. Oh, Fred's going to get on the wearing the yellow too. I saw him spin back there. Came off.
I think he came off pit road 3. I think
it's cold tires here, folks. Matthew, you've seen it many a times. You come off pit road, you gas it just a little bit. Those tires aren't up to temperature. They aren't up to. And that's a good thing you're asking out there between the real and the sim. This is one thing that actually, he did get clipped a little bit there, but all right. He's still, those tires are still cool. Still got to be, thinking. You asked about the difference between real. That's one thing that they do very well on the sim here, like they do in real life. Obviously, yes, a real truck's going to be a heck of a lot harder to drive than a sim truck is. I mean, it's a simulator. You're not worried about tearing up a $500,000 truck, okay, or getting killed for that matter. So that's one of the things. But there are some things that they do very well here on the sim. One, let's talk about it here for Matthew. It's the draft. Drafting here, very similar to what it is in real life, especially the side draft. Now, there is one area that I say that has puzzled me for years, and I don't know why they don't have it right, is remember earlier we were seeing back there Lane Hostler in that second pack. They were 4 seconds off. They were all lined up in a line, but they weren't gaining on the pack in front. That was side by side. That is one thing that I've noticed in plate racing on iRacing that, to me, they don't 100% have down pat.
Right. I don't know, Joe. It's okay. It just doesn't work.
Right, yeah. The side drafted, oh, my Lord, they have got that. Man, when it comes to side, when they implemented that, I think it was a couple years ago, to see a bunch of pit stops here. When they implemented that, it phenomenal. And again, the dirty air effect, the tires, obviously these are fixed setups. These are not open setups. It'd be even more if they were open setups as far as, how the trucks or any cars would handle and so forth. But, the dirty air effect, the tire pressure, how the coldness, how the track changes, all that stuff is pretty much, I mean, these are laser scan tracks. These are pretty much accurate to the T of what the real track is. So what they're feeling out here and what they're running is pretty much, I'm going to say 99% of what a real track would be out there. You're just missing, you're obviously missing some of that danger aspect, and you're missing, the feel, the true on feel of being in a real car. There's no way in a sim to do that.
I mean, I did get an opportunity to do a jump in a late model and run some laps. To me, iRacing gave you the ideal, right? When you got out of the track, it gave you the ideal. But it's a whole different world when you get in the car.
And that's why they use this as a practice. As hey, look, what do I need to do to get around the track? Hit. I mean, because you can use it like you just said, like by breaking points, stuff like that. And where I need to lift, what I need to do, stuff like that you can use. But I'm with you there. Back in the days when I did drag racing in real life, just when the car launches and it launches great, you feel like you can be on the fastest pass in the world that you've had, but it feels like it's nothing because it's so smooth. It's when it leaves violent, shakes the tires or something, and you're in for a ride because you're feeling everything going down the track then. So, yeah, sim racing is great, but they'll never be able to get that aspect of it.
Yeah, there's just some things it's impossible to bring over, right? Yeah. Literally impossible.
I hope that helped you on the questions out there. Let's run a caution here first time tonight. 2026 kicking off the Clean Racing League here tonight. We got a new sponsor, Savage Designs, and actually the Savage Designs ARCA series that's coming up here on Wednesday. Good to have those guys, man, come on board. We got the same good sponsors out here tonight, though, man. It's the Truck Series here presented by Ghost Athletics, CRL Podcast. Check them out on YouTube and Spotify. Definitely go to cleanracingleague.com. How to get you up to speed on everything. I know Joe Spinelli out there worked his butt off to get the new website up and going. And, speaking of Joe Spinelli, where's he at right now? He is on pit road, coming off pit road. And just to give you a little heads up, Matthew, we do mess with him a lot. Joe is known for hitting the barrels at the end of pit road a lot. And so we call him Spinelli. That's kind of his nickname a little bit. So we give him a little hard time out there.
Oh, no. I'm only laughing because my roar before the 24 came to an end as I slid into the pit road.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and it happens. I mean, luckily there's no barrels out here tonight, so he can't hit anything. But as I say, he can't hit nothing. Next thing I know, now he's going to hit the wall. But we'll see. Lights back up on the pace car. Pace truck up front, getting set here. Good field. Appreciate everybody out there tuning in. I've been kicking off this season here for the Clean Racing League here tonight. Truck Series presented by Ghost Athletics, CRL Podcast. Got my man up here, Matthew Johnson, man. Good to see him again. Haven't talked to him in a while. And, long time guy here, man. Good to see him up here in the booth with me. Calling this race here. Good old plate racing as is. We're getting set to go green.
Getting ready to go green here. Let's see. You got Matt back up front again. Mm-hmm. You got Zachary with him. Gillum's there in that second row, and then Logan. So we've got a good little group of trucks up here.
Pace trucks in, green flags back in, and here we go. Matthew Dyer, like you said earlier, the one thing you don't want to do, don't want to get too far out in front, because those guys will reel you back in and freight train right back. If I get it out right past you.
Yep. And look at that top side, able to get a good start and was able to jump down. And nice job. And you talked about that earlier, though, the leaving the top and going to the bottom.
And they do, and just some guys feel comfortable about running out front right there on that front side or on the bottom side.
I lost Joe. Where did Joe go?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, yep. I lost you on Discord a second for some reason. Some days Discord.
Yeah, hey, look, I always tell people, man, technical difficulties is one thing you can't get by, even myself, man. The internet, we all in a virtual world, so we've seen drivers out here time and time again. Because right now, man, Jacob Grant's trying to plant his foot up front and get a win here. It's been off last season for most of it. Came back now, and he's coming back looking strong.
Yeah, it feels good when you can come back after being off for a while and have a good, decent run at least. Get up front, get some fresh air on the nose, and go for it. Top bottom lane doing some shoving down there as well. Gonna edge back ahead by his coach. 3 wide back there behind him as well. And man, we got trucks everywhere. They got T. Grant fighting forward. So Jacob T trying to squeeze. Truck still all
right.
Nice and easy.
Logan Brecky, the man up front. What's that?
I heard you again.
Yeah, I had said, wait just a second. Sorry about that. Logan Brecky up front there.
I covered you.
I got you. Side by side, look at that. 3 wide. Who's that going up on that top side? That's Parker Collins. Collins has been one who has tested the waters on that 3 wide up there a couple times. And it almost seems to be that he wants to be up front.
Yeah, and there is a plan to that. Get up front and avoid any chaos that may ensue behind you.
And I'm with you on that. We talked about that earlier. Some guys like to be in the back to avoid the big one because it's not if, it's when the big one could happen. And then again, I've seen a lot of times, the big one happen up here up front like this, and you see Collins getting cut off just a little bit on that third lane as the guys up there trying to hold him back a little bit. Eric Anderson right there too. Look at Eric, man. He got that truck going. Good old guy out here in the 43 machine.
He got some giddy up in his.
He does. It is funny. He's in the 43 there. You would think it's STP, obviously, Richard Petty, but he's not really a Richard Petty fan. I asked him about it one day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said, I just like the paint job. I'm like, okay, all right then. He's running for years. Parker Collins pulling that top lane, though.
Parker able to get up there and really pull that top lane ahead. Look at this.
Ooh, yeah.
All 3 lanes.
Yeah, we got 3 by 3 by 3 shooting off down the bad stretch here. Daytona, Parker Collins to the top side. Stevens right there along with Logan Brecky. And Collins has got a huge amount of help. Now, does he shift off down to the bottom? He stays with the top side guys. It might be some he brought down a few of them with him. Seth Foudy, the man up there too. He's got the 91 machine there. Ross Tatum. That's some heavy hitters on that top side along with Mike Kelly up there.
Mike Kelly coming with them. That very top lane, and look at that. 3 wide, 2 trucks break away. Matt right here on the bottom as well. And look at that top side, Joe. That little breakout out that the top 2 trucks had. It's going to let that top side just suck right back up.
Absolutely will. Stuck in the middle is the 88. That's a good question. Yeah, we've seen the movie, and you're absolutely right. A teammate can do that. It's frowned upon for a teammate to kind of manipulate a race. But now when you bring that up, friends in this race is something that you're going to need. Teammates is something you're going to need because this is more of a team-style race. You want to have somebody hooked up on your back bumper that you feel very comfortable with. Seth Foudy, Ross Tatum right there. Those 2 guys, and let me look down here so I don't tell you wrong. Make sure. I was going to say they're not teammates, but right there behind them you actually do have we got a yellow flag.
So we had a truck way back here had a problem.
Go back here and double check on this one. Go back here on Joe and see. Jonathan, it had to happen here in the back somewhere. Probably one of those quick spins because it didn't flash up on my end over here.
Yeah, not either.
Let's see, 72's right there. We're still green at that point. Might do a oh, wait a minute. There we go. Oh, yep. It's actually the 35's Dusty Martin.
Oh, Dusty had a problem.
Yeah, so it happened up here with Dusty. Let's see if the 5 might have helped him out a little bit in turn. We talked about it earlier, bump drafting. It's a little early to be bump drafting in the turn, through the turn. And the trial was because, that's where you can get in the danger spots. You can see him. He's planted on that back bumper pretty heavy there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got going in the turn, bump draft, yeah. That's exactly what we were talking about. And we were, and I was just talking about too, teams and stuff. That's why it's so important to communicate with the guy that's behind you doing that bumping, and you want somebody behind you like a teammate or a friend, so that you can talk to them, so that stuff like that doesn't happen. You can say, "Hey, look, man, don't hit me, right here. I'm not really set up. All right, I'm ready. You kind of coordinate between each other, the draft and whatnot."
Yeah, you got to coordinate all that. You can wave them off your bumper a little bit, do things like that, to try to help with that. But again, everybody should come to pit road here, Joe. And this little spin is going to set this up.
And the top 4 stayed out.
They stayed out.
The top 5 stayed out too. Nathan stayed out. I mean, again, tires are not. I mean, if you got enough fuel to go the entire distance at this point, and I feel like they did just with that caution back at earlier. Tires really
don't matter.
I don't want to say they don't matter, but I'm with you. They're not the. Unfortunately, here, Matthew, and you're going to hear me say this a lot throughout the season. There's not many tracks that tires make that much of a difference, to where if you get too far back, you can't make up the difference. There's not many tracks out on iRacing that is, and I wish a lot of that would change, because unlike real racing, yeah, but here a lot of times you just need such a huge gap to make them work.
Well, the tire debate's always going to be a debate, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much road racing you do, but to do GT4 tire, I mean, when it's cold, Joe, it's like ice skates. When it wears, it's like ice skates. If they bring that tire model over to these style of cars here, it's going to be a whole new world. And
a lot of the tracks I talk about like that, other than here, the 1.5 miles are really notorious. Track position is king. Now, granted, let's say you put new tires on and the guy stayed out and it's 20, 25 laps different tires, but yet you came back out and you're in 5th place. Okay, you made a good decision, but if you come back out and you're in 15th, 20th, and there's only 10 laps to go, 9 times out of 10, you're just going to run out of time getting back to the front, to try to get past all those cars. I've seen it many, many times, and like you said, that's the debate. Tires, throughout is, and that's the one thing that I'd like for him maybe to work on a little bit. I could see in the sim, and I know it's been something they have tried to work. Actually, you're speaking of the GT4. They just changed the GT3s and made them a lot better. From what I understand, used to they'd say they felt like they were on ice all the time, but now they actually made them feel like really a couple guys, real racers have raced it and say it feels really good.
Yeah, and not only the dry tire, but the wet tire too. They adjusted on those and made it really, really, really nice.
We're getting set to go back green. Parker Collins, the man up front here. He got to that front side. We'll see if he wants to stay there. Bob Stevens along with him, with Evan Kinney along with him there. Jacob Grant, Nathan Brown, Seth Foudy, Mike Kelly, Becker, Tatum, Trask. That's your top 10 for the moment. So we're getting set to go back. It's going to push them all down here. Good to see everybody out there. 2026 kicking off Clean Racing League here, presented by Ghost Athletic and CRL Podcast, along with Savage Designs. And Matthew's been a pretty good race so far.
Been a great race so far, and as we come to green this here in a moment, we're going to see, 35 to go here tonight, somewhere in there. So it's getting down to get up and go time, boys.
That's it. You said it, man. You got to get and go, man, get what you can get. A little early on this. Now, a lot of times I'll say about 20, 15 to go. Hey, fellas, man, run what you've rung. Business is about to pick up here. And more like about 2 laps or 3 laps. So, but around about the 15 lap mark is when you want to start figuring out, who do I work with? Where do I need to be at? I don't know how you feeling, Matthew. Me, plate tracks. We'll get it out here in just a second. We get set to go back green. As pace truck's going to duck off. Takes that hard left turn off on pit road. Parker Collins going to bring him to life here at the Daytona Center. And the green flag's back in the air for the Clean Racing League here tonight.
Green flag back at it, back on the loud pedal, up through the gears they go, Joe. And you talk about, you're looking at 15, 20 to go. Here's the thing, though. You don't really have a fast repair tonight. So you've got to get the truck to the end.
Yes. And I like that about a lot of leagues. I like that about here. No fast fix. It really brings out that real aspect. You've got to be really patient. You've got to, like you said, you don't want to tear that truck up because it really, the truck back there blinking too. That's something you don't want to see on plate racing. Been trying to get up to the back bumper. Someone's blinking. We talked earlier about being a virtual world. But, patience is the key out here. It's definitely not. Now, again, what I was going to say before is you see these two guys up here been rumbling side by side coming in line, and Bob Stevens right now getting pushed for everything he can. And who's that making it? Oh, he made it skinny, didn't he?
Bob got shuffled to the outside line there, and he's going to drop like a stone off the side of the skid.
Ouch. Yeah, that left the bottom lane, man, don't know what to do. They're just kind of just riding for a moment. Here comes Seth Foudy. Now, hey, look, give you a little insight on Seth Foudy. He's got a secret weapon out there.
What's he got?
He's got his wife spotting for him. She has been.
I love my wife to death. There is no way I'm letting her spot me on that.
I'll give you a little backstory on it real quick. It's been about a season now, and I found out about it. She spots for him in every race. Oh, yellow flag too. So let's see what we got. This Darian Staff went off. Go back here in the back. See, he might have been because he's right there in that middle a little bit. Up on that top side right there in that blue and white machine.
Oh, Blino.
If we can't get another angle here. Okay. And he's right there in that 45 machine. Just keep an eye on it. See if maybe had some help or somebody maybe in front of him, maybe checked up. I feel like somebody in front of him checked up. Oh, the 5 checked up. Okay.
Yep.
The 5. Let's see. It's Ryan. It's Ryan Vaughn. That's all I'm going to say because I couldn't tell you what the rest of his name is. Von Chelston. Von Henskin.
Bro,
yeah, I done messed that one up.
I thought we were going to try it.
We'll just stick with Ron Vaughn. Ryan Vaughn. How's that? Ryan Vaughn. All right, so he goes to the outside, so he gets 3 wide here. So the 54 and him just got together a little bit. Got in the wall. Fortunately, 98 nowhere to go. Darian.
Ain't swappy going on.
Yeah. Okay. This little contact back there in the back. It kind of happens how it happens here. All right, that'll get us going back here. So I run the caution. Go back to the thought that I was having before, and I don't know how you feel on it, Matthew. Is I know it ruffles a lot of feathers of the drivers when I say it, but when it comes to plate racing, I don't feel like they're the top of the echelon when it comes to skill tracks. Okay, when I say that, obviously a racer has to have skill to race, but you're not worried about braking points, on off the throttle, where you're going to hit your marks or anything like that. You're really worried about who am I going to have to work with, hold it wide open, and pray I don't get in trouble, stuff like that. So that's where I get it at. And I know, drivers out there, what are you talking about? But you actually even hear real drivers say that too. Yeah, these places are you're just hanging on.
It's a gamble, right? It's not really a skill thing. Yes, there's skill putting yourself in the right position, maybe. But actually, getting the runs and doing that, I don't think is as big a skill as people think it is.
No, and again, you ruffle the feathers of the drivers when they hear something. What do you mean, Joe? You're trying to say no, I'm not trying to say you ain't got skill. I'm just, even real drivers say you come to plate races, it's just a daunting task. Even though they might say, "Yeah, I love the racing," it's just they understand that there's a risk involved. That sometimes that out of your control, you can get into trouble. Somebody make a bonehead move, like bump draft in a turn, or hit you the wrong way, or something like that. You just never know, or make a move and it ends up clipping you or something. So, things like that that you don't see it like a Charlotte or Atlanta or something. You don't have to worry about a lot of that too much.
Well, okay, so I'm going to say something controversial.
All right, go ahead.
Every time I look at Daytona, I always view the race after as the true start of the season, right?
Yeah. And I think they do in the real racing, too. I think they do that, yeah.
Because, anybody can win Daytona, right? They
can, yeah. It's prestigious. Now, I will say that. In real life, it's prestigious here on the sim, but, yeah, I'm with you. And, you bring that up. We bring that up, and it's not in a controversial way of bringing it up. We bring it up as a point of, and they even bring that up in the real world, too. As you see, Mike Kelly's going to bring us to the line here with Chris Smith, too, back there behind that. Real quick before I get on the other subject, I know I'm jumping around, but Chris Smith, remember I said ringers, if they had any ringers for the plate tracks here in Clean Racing League, I'm going to have to give it to Chris Smith. And the reason being is when they had the inaugural ARCA Series race, which was a couple seasons ago, because actually we're only in season 3 for that. Right. He actually won the first race, which was Daytona. Then we had another series, it was the Elite Series, and the Xfinity cars. He won the first race in that one, which was the plate track. So I'm sitting here going, maybe we need to redo the truck series and say we're having an inaugural season and put it on Daytona, and Chris Smith's going to win it too. So, and look at him. He's right there, starting up front.
He's just breaking out that Daytona broom, ain't he?
He is. He loves it. Trying to sweep this stuff up here. And that's what I'm saying. When we go back, he's one of them guys who says, look, I know this is my opportunity to win a race. Whether you win a race here, you win a race at any other track throughout the season, a win is a win. To beat these guys out here, and I know pretty much every one of these guys out here on this track very well. I've seen them race. I know their tendencies. I know which ones do what, et cetera, and I've watched them so long now. If you can come out here, I don't care. I know all the talk we're talking about, like anybody can win Daytona. It's not that skilled of a track. But to win and win it against these guys, yeah, that's strong.
You gotta do your thing, right?
That's it.
You gotta like me, okay? Example for me, my track on the dirt side is the Chili Bowl, right? Every driver has that track that they're really good at.
There you go. Absolutely. We'll see how good he can do here up front. Mike Kelly's along with him. Lights off on the pace truck. We're getting set to go back. Green flag here tonight, as the pace truck's going to duck off on pit road. Kelly and company up front's going to send us back to green here at the Clean Racing League Daytona style. We're back running.
We're back having the party at Daytona, boys.
Absolutely. And Just falls back just a little bit, maybe just so he doesn't get jumped too far out front there. And we'll see if he can't pull that outside lane. He's got some good company right there behind him with Ross Tatum and so for that 91, Ross Tatum right behind him as Kelly's down low. And that 64 still blinking as Danny White. Yeah, well, in the virtual world, sometimes, man, that's something you just don't want to see. I know Chris is going, maybe I should have stayed up high.
That is a pucker factor when you see that start happening.
You ain't lying. I mean, because look, if you're inside that truck and you're right here, you're riding along. Next thing you know, man, the guy in front of you, he starts blinking. Because I mean, right now it's not too bad. He's not that far closer. But if he gets up there and starts trying to bump draft, yeah, it can get a little dangerous.
Yeah, that's when it gets bad.
He's going on pit road.
Ooh, down pit road. Ooh, I don't know about that.
Okay. Problem? Could have had a penalty.
Yeah, I'm thinking that would have to be Joe.
Yeah, because I just know obviously unless something happened, but we'll see how long it holds him here. We'll know here in just a second because he must have had a penalty somewhere. We didn't see. I mean, his restart looked fine. He didn't jump it. Didn't look like he jumped it anyways.
Didn't look too crazy. It's weird.
But he definitely does have a. Wow. Okay. So anybody on the chat out there, man, know what happened to Chris Smith or so forth? Wow. So man, that's a killer right there because that's going to put him a lap down. Obviously, he still could get back, but look at this three-wide mess from the mid-pack here. 6. You got Kelly, Hostler, Murphy, Foudy, and company. Them boys, man, are definitely dicing around.
This is like a bee's nest right here in this little pack of trucks. Boy, oh boy.
Hopefully somebody don't get stung in the middle of this thing. That would be some bad news right now. One little false move, one little bobble the wrong way. You can end up with a big one here as they are still 3x3x3. Tucked back to the back here. Staff, Grant's up on the top. You see Brown there. Now trying the inside lanes, trying to break away just a little bit.
Yeah, they are, but I think what's happening is time starts to run out on this race. These guys will start to get more and more antsy.
They will. Start getting down to about that 15 lap to go mark. That's what I was telling you. If you've been riding in the back, now's the time. That's the time you're going to start saying, okay, who do I need to work with to get to the front real quick because you don't want to be in the back. Remember we were talking earlier, Lane Hostler and them? Well, right now, Lane Hostler, remember he was way back, 4 seconds back earlier in the race, right there sitting in 7th now on that outside lane trying to bring her to the front.
Trying to get there and really doing a great job of it. But I want to point out, Mike Kelly, along with Matt there, Dyer there as well, they've kind of hung inside that top 5 for the longest time.
They have. You talk about, we see guys maybe for like a late caution. Where would you want to be? I don't want to be the leader. And we talked about this a little bit earlier. The draft and being on the inside, the outside. Right now, you see Matthew Dyer. He's pushing Ross Tatum. Now, at this point, if we were coming to the checkered flag, Dyer's got a choice. He can go to the outside and jump up there. But if that closes off, Dyer, where he's sitting at, there is no other choice but to say, Tatum, hang on. I'm about to shove that truck in the stratosphere, man, coming around turn 4. As opposed to somebody that is sitting up top, let's say like I think it's Evan Kinney, who was up there in the green machine, in the 88 machine. He's got another option. He can go to the high side and come around there and see if he can't make the pass.
Yeah, it's all about options here.
Absolutely, all the real racers in the racing. I've actually had some broadcasts with Denny Hamlin and Parker, some of the guys in the Sim 500. There was a couple of them in there. A lot of top guys. A lot of top guys. So it's used for a tool. They use this as a tool to help them.
Yeah, they do. It's a tool for those guys, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot cheaper than running a car. It's a lot cheaper than any of that.
Oh, yeah.
See, I see a lot of guys on here.
Getting a little practice in, too, man. Trying to see, again, you can try to feel, draft-wise, this thing is, especially with Daytona, we talked about it earlier, drafting, you can feel, say, okay, let me see how well many cars or trucks or whatever I'm going to run in feel in a pack or in a drag, kind of give you an idea. So they'll use that to go in. A lot of great racers will use a Sims and aspect of that. See Evan Kinney take it to the front. He's got Lane Hostler there behind him. On the bottom side, the 87 of Parker Collins there too. Now they're a little bit split. I mean, still they're in that. That's what I was talking about earlier, Matthew. They're in that textbook patient draft right there. They're not tucked up on each other's nose.
Yeah, we haven't started hitting each other over the head yet.
No.
We're just, we're laying back, letting it play out.
And there's no need to push it. I mean, even though with 25 to go, normally it'd be like, oh man, it's time to go. Not here. This track is so big, 2.5 miles here. Super Speedway. It takes quite a bit of 49 seconds in racing terms to get around here, so it takes a little bit to get around. So, you still got time. You really don't want to start tucking up until 2-3 laps to go, maybe even the last lap.
Yeah. And then the debate comes, do you want to be in the lead on the last lap or do you want to be second? That's the big debate you got to look at for when the time comes.
And what I was pointing out on there too is you talk about you want to be second, but you see where the 91 is, where he's at. There's nowhere he could go. The 87, there's nowhere. As opposed to in that top lane, you've got an option to maybe go one more stage up further because you can't pass below the yellow. And if you got a truck on the outside, you can't go up there either unless you want to take a chance of popping in the door. Evan Kinney's going to lead this lap, and like Evan Kinney is opting to stay up on that top side. Normally we've seen him all night long drop down at the bottom. But Kinney's staying up on the top there with Lane Hostler.
Yeah, and I mean, he's staying up there, but Joe, my point has always been, which lane do you want to be in? Which gives you more options?
One that wins? That's good. I mean, let's go back to what we were talking about earlier. I think it comes down to who's behind you, and that draft. I mean, right now, you do have Evan Kinney and Lane Hostler up there. If we're coming to the last turns here, Hostler's either going to stay behind Kinney and help him out or try to jump off that higher lane. But on the low line, you've got Parker Collins there sitting right behind Darian Staff, or the 45, Darian Staff. So Parker Collins, there's nowhere for him to go. So obviously Darian Staff knows that he's going to have help. Whereas Kinney doesn't know that. Yeah, 100%.
But what I'm looking at right now, though, is, again, we're still in that what you call clean textbook drafting. But that bottom side's starting to do a little bit of bumper tag.
They are. Yeah. Maybe try to test the water a little bit there. And see, you're going to test a little bit too much over there. See, now that's the communication I'm talking about. So Darian's probably say, okay, Parker, look, all right, a little early. Kyle, let's calm it down. Let's be a little bit cool here. Parker knows, and I think Parker's one of those, okay, maybe I was pushing a little bit too hard. Let me back off again. And you see right there, he didn't go and close that gap. He was getting a run, but didn't close that gap. Drag the brake a little bit here, to ease off so you can see him. I think he knows, he's skilled enough to know that, hey, look, maybe I was pushing a little bit hard and could have sent both of us in the wall.
Yeah, you do that pushing off the corner, you saw that truck wash up, that's where you get in trouble. Because then you're going to usually tag that left rear. And then the only thing you're going to test out is roof flaps. Yeah,
that's something you don't want to be testing out. I don't think you want to ever be testing out, but I mean,
Well, I mean, you got to stay first, but
Yeah. Okay, so you're asking if like, for instance, Parker Collins here, could I tell if he drives like a real racer? I look, I've done this, and again, I appreciate these guys here at Clean Racing League allowing me to do it. I've done their leagues now for several years. I know a lot of the drivers out here, and I watch them, and you're going to hear me talk throughout the season, conservative drivers, aggressive drivers, and what's the difference between the two, because there are drivers that actually, they don't qualify very well, but they can come through the pack and be very conservative about it. And some tracks will fit their driving style. Some tracks, though, they're going to have to pick it up and they're just going to run out of time with their driving style by doing that. So you just sit here and say that I can pinpoint a driver. It's like a real driver. Let me say it this way: there's no Ricky Stenhouse drivers out here that's going to wipe the field up. Let me say that. How's that? That a good one to say?
Well, I think that's the way you put it.
That's a good way to put it.
As long as you're not Ricky Stenhouse, you're okay.
Yeah. So, and I think they've proven it tonight. You know, you're not seeing anybody out here, man, just trying to plow through somebody and whatnot. So, that's Ghost 29. It's Justin Curtis. Curtis kind of just biding his time, being patient right there around about the 10th place spot. He's been up front a couple times, and you can see right here too, Matthew. Again, even with what, 18, 16 to go there, even with that amount of less time to go, you can still see him being patient out here. There's no need. It's still just too early to be pushing, but that storms are brewing. You can feel it. It's starting to heat up a little bit.
My big toe's starting to shake a little bit here.
That's right.
I think we got something going on.
It could be. And this Daytona, get the hurricane coming off in the ocean there near where it's at. Darian Staff now on the bottom side there with Parker Collins and Kenny. Along with them too with Lane Hostler. Well, Hostler, boy, he loved at least coming out here with a good finish or a win. And coming off, man, winning that championship. Back-to-back championships. And just to give you a little bit as they come up on lap track, and this is where it gets a little dicey. Depending on where they catch this lap truck and what he does. You don't want that lap truck to come bobbing and weaving. You want him to stay in one lane and stay where he's at. And you'll tell him, say, look, and unfortunately, they're going to catch him and not go by him along with the other ones up there. That is a good job on the field. I got to give credit to the field here on that. The problem is our leader's going to get stuck behind them two, and that's going to benefit the man up on the top side there, and the 66 or 69 of Nathan Brown, because now that put Kenny behind, or Parker Collins then behind those two lap trucks. And not a big deal right now, but if we're getting down to about, Matthew, we're getting down to about 2 to go or 3 to go, you're going to want those lap trucks to get out the way.
Whoa,
wow.
Went bad.
Oh, that could have been disastrous.
You just had don't do that.
Well, see, all right, I'm seeing what maybe the lap truck is trying to. He's trying to get out of there, but this is what I'm talking about. Don't bob and weave. Just stay in your lane, and if you had to, move on up underneath those lines there and get out of the way down this back stretch, but don't do it in a turn. Don't try to bob and weave and get out of there. Just stay the course of where you are. Right now, you're okay.
There you go. Yeah, be predictable. That's it.
You don't want to sit up there, man, and weave around trying to say, okay, look, I'm going to try to miss this and try to move there. You see Staff right there in that 45 machine. He is tucked up along with them. Out front right now, all Nathan Brown, though. And Brown is in the 69. Now, he does have, well, it's not a lap truck right now, but it's the tail end of a truck.
Right.
It would be, actually, it might be, where's that lap truck? Look at that number. It's the number 74 of Jeremy Moyer.
Wow. Hey, Joe, I'm noticing these trucks are getting a lot of movement in them here.
Yeah, they're starting to pick it up a little bit, and I said before, it's times now is where you start to figure out, hey, look, who am I need to work with, what I got to do to get to the front. I mean, if you're a guy, let's say back here where Parker Collins is, back in 11, now's the time to say, all right, what I got to do to get back up there front. Lane Hostler, which is back here in 12, what do I got to do? Who do I need to work with to get back to the front? I want to get back up there.
What do I need to take?
Yeah, what move, who do I need to do? I mean, I think he's sitting in a great spot. Him and Collins, they could hook up right now, maybe try to see if they can't work to the front. Or if he has a teammate around him, will be another thing to do, and so forth and so on. But, yes, weather. Weather definitely affects these tracks because they can set the weather. They have dynamic weather and dynamic tires on this track, which means they change throughout the race. Heats, you'll hear us talk about it throughout the season. Heat cycles in the tires. Cold and hot, especially when you have a caution that cools the tires down. You got to get them back up to temperature. The drivers talk about that. I burn off the right rear. I did this because it was a good job by that lap truck right there to try to just jump out and go back to the back. But yeah,
just get
definitely.
down, get out the way, don't cause any problems.
Absolutely. Right now, still patient, but I got a feeling that. Now, here's something to throw out here too, Matthew. Right now, Nathan Brown's not too much worried about it. The 74 is okay where he's at. Where it will become an issue is you see that outside lane forming. If they start coming to the front, Brown's got to have a decision to make. At one, he's going to tell the 74, look, okay, you're not getting your lap back with like 2 to go, or we get to the white flag. Can you move, please? Or he uses him, to try to help him get up there. The problem is the only way you would rather be in front of that 74 than be behind the 74, because if that outside lane forms up, they're just going to go right by you.
And then you're going to get trapped in behind them.
Yes.
Is what's going to happen. And with no work. I mean, I would try to get around him if I'm him right now. Like, I'm not going to wait any longer.
Well, he needs that help. He needs that help. What about Ricky Hardin sitting right there behind him? And Ricky is, that's where the communication factor comes in. And I agree with you. If you could go around. He just needs to keep an eye on that outside lane that's creeping up there, because we are getting to that point. Like you said, hey, it's almost a go time. And if that outside lane keeps creeping.
Trucks up there now, Joe.
Yeah.
I need like 2 more pull out of line.
Well, I would. If I'm Nathan, if I'm Kevin right there, Ricky, I'd start thinking about, if I see that high lane coming, maybe jump up there, maybe block it off a little bit. And like you said, see if we can't freight train behind the 74, and then
pit road. Trucks on pit road. 2 of them.
This is interesting. Only 2 of them came on. Mike Kelly and Ross Tatum. Wow, really? Not quite sure on that one.
I hate to say this, but I don't think they're making it on fuel, Joe.
Let's see. So they pitted in lap 43. 4-second pit stops. That means they did top it off. If we had a caution up, maybe 20 laps.
Look, down the back straight, everybody getting single file too.
Yeah, and let me look up something here real quick. See if I can't find it while we're watching this.
This has all the looks to me of guys waiting to come to pit road, because everybody's single file down. Boy, with less than 10 to go, if you got to make a pit stop, you're going to have to make it count.
Yeah, and that's another thing I talk about, even in real life, mental mistakes. Pit stops are the number one area you can win or lose a race. Obviously, getting in and off pit road, right, making a mistake out there, and it's something you always can do. And I'm trying to look here real quick.
It's Nathan leading. It's Kevin there in second. Let's see what they do here out of turn 4 this time. Everybody stays out. And here's the problem for Kelly. The issue here is he's pretty much by himself. He's got Tatum, but Tatum a little bit too far back to help. So those guys losing tons of time.
Remember I talked earlier about guys that, conservative or whatnot? Joshua Altus is a guy that will stretch some fuel. You will see that throughout this season. Him and used to be Rob Sherwood, which I don't see out here now. Unfortunately, I think he had real life stuff he had to do on Monday nights. But him and used to be a teammate. They would have some wild pit strategies, and they would stay out longer than about anybody. I wouldn't put it past Joshua if they could make it for him to sit here and do it, because it does look like they are breaking off. Could be saving some fuel up here.
That's what I think is going on, because you got 2 total different packs.
Yeah, we do. Well, you've got this pack back here that's 2.4 seconds. They're side by side battling. That's Justin Curtis, Becker, Carey, and company. And then you've got these guys up here. Now, I remember I was talking about that lap car that's out front. Well, it's not a lap car, but he is lap car out front. Ride behind it as long as you can if you're going to save fuel, because the more you stay behind that truck, you're saving fuel. You know, instead of having to be wide open out front. You see the 55 there, which is another lap machine. That's actually J.D. Daniels, or actually Chris Smith, excuse me, early on. And there the 74 comes on pit road.
74 down.
I was trying to find out here the info. Usually, I think they run about 70-75% fuel. I was trying to find the info before the race, what the race was here tonight. Looking right here.
It's 90% fuel load.
And 90%, they should be able to make that, because they pitted at lap 43. That's 53, 63, 73. That's only 30. Well, that's 35 laps. That's
tight.
That's tight. Yeah. Green, white, checkered would be your only part. I'm with you. I think right here, Altus and company are in a good spot. They can save fuel. They can, because obviously Altus can ride right behind Chris Smith. And you see even that pack behind them now has caught back up, but they went single file.
Well, what's weird here is we got distracted with the fuel, but we're 5-4 to go now?
We do, yeah. So you're not going to really be able to tell me. We'll go on board here. You're not really going to be able to tell Altus if he's saving fuel or not. I mean, the only way you can tell, yeah, right there, he did. All right, you just saw it right there. Watch what he's doing. He's getting a run, and he's letting off. He's saving fuel. He's not pitting.
These guys have to be on pins and needles if they're saving.
Well, you just saw it right there. Look at him. You see the RPMs dip? That's him letting off the gas, folks. That's what's happening is he's using that truck in front of him to his advantage. He could go by probably Chris Smith at any time with help behind him, but he knows staying behind him doing this.
The big red tri-oval.
Oh. Well, now this changes everything. Take it round. You didn't blink up who had the wreck.
I was right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I'm going to ride here with Jacob Grant and see. I knew he was one of the trucks that probably happened in front of him, but will give us an idea of maybe what transpired. Oh, bump. Oh.
Bump going wrong and right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go back one more time here. I think that was a product of some of them guys saving fuel, because the way that truck up there slowed looked like he might have let off the gas, and the truck behind him just bumped him in the back, and next thing you know, it's kind of accordion effect. Watch again up there in front of where Jacob Grant said, that blue truck up there. I think it's the number 1. Yeah, you see it? That green truck up there, kind of just, I'm going to rewind it back. Normally I don't rewind it back, but watch the green truck. There's a 17. Yeah, see how he slowed up? And the truck behind him there, Jacob Grant, just know where to go. Actually, yeah, so we were riding with Jacob Grant. Let's go back and Jacob Grant here. Watch Grant here. Riding with Grant. See the truck in front of him? Slow up. He just got in the back of him. Nothing he could do.
Insanity.
Big one.
Big wolf.
So, with this, though, I think everybody comes on pit road.
Yeah, everybody has to.
Yeah, I think everybody's coming on pit road.
Yeah, everybody will come down pit road now. If you don't, you're insane. I was going to go back and look at that again. Just, wow.
Green, white, checkered.
Joe, that wreck there is a perfect example of somebody slowing up just a little bit, and it just stacks everybody up behind them.
And then go back to that fuel saving. I'm thinking maybe it was just a little fuel saving. He slowed up, and then boom, just nothing he could do. The guys behind him there, head of steam, and that's just plate racing. You're right on top of each other. And I was going to bring Joshua up here, but he usually uses his own Discord, so I can't bring him up here. I was going to ask him how much of the fuel saving he was going, because there's like a couple guys that are opting not to come in here. Trask, Harding, Curtis, Carey, Brzezinski, and Stevens. So, yes, this caution will help them save fuel. I tell you what, though, I can't bring Trask up here, though. Let's talk to him. Jordan, join the booth. Got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, we know a lot of guys, and about half the field out there were saving fuel before this caution. How close are you towards this end here?
Well, I was good if it went green. I should be good for one green, white checker. I will not make two.
Okay. All right. Well, that's thing. I mean, we saw him out there, and then all of a sudden just, Matthew was bringing it up here, and he saw the guys, whether or not they could make it. Some guys came on pit road. I mean, with the 90%, was maybe some of the early cautions out there throw off your pit strategy?
Yeah, that's definitely what set up this race here. We got about a 31-lap tank, and we went green with 33 to go there. So everyone had backed it off and is trying to save. Yep. I got about 1.7 gallons left in the tank, so I should be good for a green-white checker, but it's going to be close, and I'm just hoping we can get that white flag.
Well, and that's another thing out there. You got Ricky Harding Company behind you. How has the track been all night long, tire wear and the trucks in general?
With the recent draft model changes, it does seem to kick the rear end out in the tri-oval on the exit of 4. Definitely a little bit harder to handle than it used to be, but overall, it's just a super speedway. If you're holding your wheel steady, you can make it 3 wide and make some moves. It's a lot of fun. It's been some pretty good clean racing today, and just hoping I can get this white flag here.
Good luck out there, Jordan.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Going back down to Allo Motorsports. Matthew, been to kind of answer the question there.
Yes,
the top guys. So basically, here's the scenario: the top 5 are going to be very, very close on fuel to make it, and everyone else we know in the back might. But if we get another green-white checker, those top 5 probably going to have to come on pit road.
Well, and that's the thing. Do we get another green-white checker?
Cautions breed cautions. That's that old saying.
Breed mess ups, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I hope it goes green. I mean, that's the thing everybody wants to see: go green, get this thing going. But you never know. There we go, Jordan Trask and company. We just talked to him out there, and I'm going to say Harding, Curtis, Carey, Brzezinski. Those guys are probably about in the same boat as he is. You could probably make it this one green-white checker. Let me break this down to you if you're new. Green-white checkered, we will go green. They can go around. If a caution comes out before they make it to the white flag, folks, we line them back up and try another green-white checker. If they make it to the white flag, the race is official. It doesn't matter if the whole field demolishes themselves. And it's whoever makes it back to the checkered flag at that point. If we have to do a number 2, I think there's only 2 attempts here. Unless they've changed it in the past, then if a caution comes out before they make it to the white flag on the second attempt, the race is official at that point. So kind of give you an idea of how the green-white checkers flow, but we just heard it there from Trask. He can't make it, man, on the second one, but we're going to see what's going to happen. These guys are getting back up here. Pace truck's about to drop off. Green-white checkered attempt number 1. We're going back racing Daytona, kicking off 2026 here at the Clean Racing League, presented by Ghost Athletics, CRL Podcast, and Savage Designs. The man up front, Jordan Trask. Don't want to get too far out in front.
Manage your gap here. Try to back up to that P2 car on the inside line. Don't get out there. Joe, the biggest thing here, do they make it back to the white?
That's the thing everybody on the field is going to want to do. So, we talked about before, the patience is out the window at this point. You're going to see them, especially right there. Justin Curtis is going to pull up on the back end of Trask and tell him, boom, never mind, we got a big one. Wow. Yellow flag in the back. I saw the 54 go spinning. That should be Chris Smith back there. Actually, Caleb Smith. Wow. Caution out. Let's go back. So we'll line them back up. And unfortunately, Trask and them said they can't make it on that. So they're on the pits. But let's see what happened here to the 54. You see him right there on the bottom side. He's right there behind. I think that's Dusty Martin. On the outside, 69 there, Nathan Brown. The one falls back down on the bottom. They look. Ooh, looks like a truck in front of him got sideways, and then boom, from that point on. If I can get another angle here. Oh, he got tagged from behind. Wow.
Got tagged there and just turned him. And I feel so bad for Jordan here. This is one of those deals that's out of your hands.
Yeah, and you see Jordan's already come on pit road. Now, Ricky Harding stayed out. Actually, Trask didn't come on pit road yet.
I might be reckless for saying this, but
Why
you
not?
said we got 2 attempts, right?
I'm going to say 2 attempts. I can't find...
Let me go look here, because this plays in.
I'm trying to find... Usually they give me my info up here, and I'm not... Here's event. Here's event info. Well, it's not in there. Chris, I need more info, man. Come on.
I'm not seeing any limit anywhere on green, white checkers.
I think there is a limit. What was this? Ricky Harding.
So, because if it's only 2 green, white checkered attempts, if you're the leader, do you stay out and try to hope the yellow comes out of it?
Let's bring Ricky up here and see. Ricky, Joy in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up?
Well, are you coming on pit road?
I got to, man. I just don't have enough to make it. I'll wreck the field if I go another one. We were just banking on that staying green.
That's what Trask, I talked to. I don't want to mess up the pit stop here, though. I didn't know y'all was coming down on that one. But maybe you can tell me, and I should already know this. Usually it gives me an event info. How many green, white checkers do we have?
I don't know, but I just got wrecked on pit road.
What?
Yep.
No way. All right, he can blame that on us.
Oh, man.
He can blame that on us. We messed him up, folks.
Looks like the rear brake's locked up there, Joe. Just turn the truck around.
Ouch. Well, maybe you can still answer our question on it. Is how many attempts do they have on the green, white checker tonight?
It's just 2.
That's what I was thinking. It was just 2. Man, I wish I'd have known he was coming on pit road. I feel bad now because I think I messed him up. Okay.
I just got run over from behind.
Well,
I tore up.
It's Daytona. You've had a good truck. Yeah, how was you feeling out there, man, for pretty much most of the night?
I was pretty confident I was going to win. I thought from the start we had the perfect strategy and usually come out on top of these things.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, man, you've looked really good all season. You got a new season here, man. How you feeling about it?
We'll see. We'll try to show up to as many of them as we can.
Well, man, good luck out there, Ricky.
Thank you.
All right. Man, I do feel bad. I normally don't pull them up when they're trying to go on pit road, but, man, I feel really bad about pulling them up pit road. But got to answer a question, too. So, yeah, you're right. This is it. I thought it was 2. Usually been in the past. They could have changed, new season, stuff like that. But it hurts, though, because when we talked to Jordan, first thing there, he knew he only had 1 attempt.
Yeah. So the way this one's going to work, if the yellow comes back before we get to the white, it's over with. So
yes,
I think that changes what your mindset is as a driver, too, here.
Out front as fast as you can. I mean, you're talking about right there. We got Joshua Altus up front, Dusty Martin and Nathan Brown, and Joshua Gillian, yeah, I see you out there, Valleywood Network. What's going on? And got a bunch of other ones out there too. David, look at that. Joshua's got a new fan club going on. All right. So I know last season he had the one person out there rooting for him every race, and I said first time winners. There you go, Joshua Gillian. He's got a shot to pull this thing off.
Well, he's got a shot, but first things first, we got to get up through the gears and we got to get going.
Absolutely. We're going to set here to go green flag. Lights off on the pace truck. Joshua Altus is up front with Dusty Martin there. Nathan Brown along with him. Joshua Gillian. All these guys have got enough fuel to make it.
Well, that's the thing. You got enough fuel. Now it's just go get it, right? You don't have to worry about fuel. You don't have to worry about saving.
Don't get in trouble. Where would you want to be in this spot? I'd probably want to be right there with Nathan or Dusty is in those areas. Well, actually, maybe where Evan is.
Yeah, I'm usually like to be the second car on the inside line.
Okay. We was talking earlier about that is if it does get bunched up and they stay side by side, then Nathan's got no choice but just to sit and say, well, Joshua, hang on, because I'm about to give you a shove to the moon coming out of the backstretch. But here we go at a turn 4. Lights off on the pace truck, getting set here. We'll settle it here. The last green-white checkered here. First race of 2026. Clean Racing League here tonight, presented by Ghost Athletics, CRL Podcast, and Savage Designs. Pace truck ducks off on pit road. Joshua Altus will bring him here to the start. The final green-white checkered here. Who's going to win it? Who's going to survive? We're back racing here at Daytona.
Good start, even start by both lanes. Altus trying to hang on to it here. It is go time, Joe, in both lanes even.
Yeah, and if you're Joshua Altus, you're probably telling Dusty Martin, man, just push for everything you've got. Joshua Gillian needs to be pushing Nathan Brown for everything he's got. They would love to see Mike Kelly get up there, too. The question, Mark, is Mike Kelly there? He sees the 26 down the backstretch. This is where you'd see that third lane try to form up, but it doesn't. Altus is going to try to block. Man, look out. Here comes Joshua Gillian to the outside for the final turn. Yeah.
Contact behind him.
Well, there we go.
Third 3, that's going to bring the yellow.
No, will it?
And that's going to be it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, oh, it's a big one back there, too. And you're right. Yellow flag, but it doesn't matter. It's official at this point. And Joshua Altus is going to win it. Nathan Brown hangs on to second. Joshua Gillian is going to hold on to the third place spot. So let's see if we can't go back here and see maybe kind of what happened in this wreck. There was a big mess back here.
You hate to see it, but we knew it was possible.
Oh, yeah. It's plate racing. Everybody's going for it. We're right here with David Brzezinski. Little contact side bounce right there. Next thing you know, he's upside down. Somebody call him at home, make sure he's okay. From there, it's just a pile up. Junkyard.
And going back and looking at the time of caution, Altus was by far in the lead. He had over a truck length lead there, time of yellow.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he's good.
But a good finish, man. Like you said, Joshua Altus, Nathan Brown, Joshua Gillian bringing it home here. I mean, you don't see too many of them end under caution. Usually green, white, checkers that they eventually get taken care of. A lot of them don't end under caution like it, but wow.
Yeah.
Out of that top 3, I'm going to say probably one of the most, they're all emotional. Joshua Gillian's probably got to be that one right there. Now, it is a long time coming for Nathan Brown. He has not been on a podium for a while. Joshua Altus, he's familiar with winning a lot, but it's still going to be, exciting for him. But those two back there, Joshua Gillian has just had a miserable season. I mean, he's caught up in wrecks, caught up in trouble, not very good finishes. Tonight, a race like this can turn you around Make you feel a lot better.
Well, there you have it. And I tell you what, Altus has got to be ecstatic right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to see if we can bring a couple of these guys up here. Now, Joshua Gillian's in with a good team, Alloy Motorsports. So he's got hooked up with some good drivers. Talk about that Only Dads team out there, man. Nathan Brown. Those boys, man, did what they needed to do. And S&B bringing her home tonight.
Tell you what, that was a little bit weird to see that one end under yellow like that. You hope never see it.
I haven't seen one in a while like that one, though, man. I'm like you. I'm going to grab Nathan Brown. Let's get a word with him, Matt.
Yes, sir. See if we can get him in here.
He's up here.
I'm here.
All right, Mr. Brown, you got me, sir?
I got you guys.
Well, what do you think, man? Ending under yellow, unfortunately, but it was a heck of a race up to that point.
Unfortunately, what are you talking about? That's fortunate. I'll take a top 3. Are you kidding me? That was great. No, that was a lot of fun. I just I hate these tracks, so a top 3 is awesome. I got on a plane and I flew back here, and I just got home like an hour before the race started. That was awesome evening.
You mean tell me you jumped off the plane, threw your sim racing helmet on it, and went right after it, huh?
Hell yeah. I can't say that here. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, man, that is a great job. So what was your thoughts there, that final lap before the yellow? Do you think you had a shot at getting a W? What was you thinking?
You know, if I could have gotten the Josh, I would have wrecked him. I was just happy to finish where I was at. I was just trying to keep it clean. I had a clean race up to that point. I didn't really have any thoughts. I was just kind of going where the holes were. They're just having fun.
Just go where they're not, right?
Yeah.
All righty, man. Anybody on that truck that you want to give a shout out to or anything?
Yeah, I've got a few sponsors. I've got the Soggy Beaver Barbecue. I've got the Dick's Hot Nuts. I've got Glory Hole Recycling. Got a few more, but I guess we'll end it at that. All the guys at Only Dads and Subscriber Motorsports, they were fun to be with tonight. And obviously Chris and the admin team, they do a great job. I'm on the admin team, so I do a great job. Obviously you guys up in the booth, you guys are awesome. My wife for letting me race tonight, she's awesome. So yeah, awesome night.
There you go, man. Well, congratulations. Joe, you got anything for him?
Hey, the Only Dad guys, I tell you what, y'all had a good run, man, last season in the actual the championship. Starting off season right, ain't you?
Oh, I'm gonna try.
Again, congratulations there, Nathan.
All right, thanks, Joe.
All right, there we go. Well, we'll bring this guy up here, Joshua Gillian. Joshua, Joy in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you had a fan club out there, and I know, man, you've had some races that you'd be like, man, I just want to forget about, but tonight, bringing her home right there in third, how's you feeling?
Man, I'm shaking. I was hoping we'd make it to the front stretch, but at the same time, I'm just glad to get where I was at.
Now, at what point did you think, wait a minute, I'm up here and could possibly win this thing? We saw you up there and right before that first green-white check.
Well, probably wouldn't have made it on the first one. I went ahead and pitted for gas to be on the safe side, which I'm glad I did. Thankfully, had a decent run. Ended up getting outside of, I think it was 35, Dusty. And man, all I could do was hold it. I know I had I think Mike was behind me. He pushed me a little bit. I just wish I had a little bit more help.
I see you're down there with Alloy Motorsports. Is that something new for this season?
Alloy, no. I raced with Alloy last season. They actually brought me in and gave me a full-time ride for the season. And I'm over with Unacceptable Racing, which is still with Alloy. I'm just glad they brought me back for a second season.
I'll tell you what, you're really a good bunch of guys down there to learn from. Tonight's something, man, to definitely, man, get you on the right track. Hey, you got anybody you want to thank for an awesome finish?
Yeah, I got to appreciate everybody that comes out and watches me weekly, man. I really do appreciate it. I love seeing my number pop up, and I'm glad y'all were up there in the booth, especially. I got to say, Independent Creations, man, he created me a car about 2 hours before the truck race actually started. Man, he gave me a beautiful ride. Alloy, Unacceptable Motorsports, man, they gave me an amazing place to race this season. I'm just hoping I can build on from what I can today.
There you go. You got anything for me, Matt?
Yes, sir, man. A great way to start your season. You talked about the kind of new scenery. You still with the team, but kind of a shoot off of that. Does that change anything this year, getting used to kind of different scenery around you?
Honestly, not really, man. We're all still together. We're all working really well together. I'm still learning a lot. This is actually my first top 5 in the truck series since in 2 seasons now.
Right.
I did race a couple times in a season before, but I wouldn't guarantee nothing. And I'm horrible at qualifying.
Me too, brother. I'll feel you.
Dude, I mean, I can.
Yeah.
I all day Talladega and Daytona, which, man, like, Talladega is my home track, so I'm all about a super speedway.
There you go, man. Bama boys.
That's right.
All right, man.
I appreciate y'all too.
Congratulations, buddy.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all have an amazing night. Do this again next week.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Joshua Gilliam bringing her home in third. But the man right here, though, man, he held on, got up front the right time. Joshua, Joey in the booth, got a copy.
10-4, Joe. I got you, man.
Well, I got to say, you were saving fuel before we went to that caution the first time. And you pitted. So, coming back out, did you want to see that first caution? Because you were in fuel-saving mode to go all the way.
Yeah, man. I mean, what a crazy race. I mean, you don't come into Daytona expecting to, run a 25% throttle and clutch down the backstretch trying to save fuel. It was definitely a really strange race, probably one that we're not really used to running. Yeah, it was just, we were right on our number, and we saved a ton, throughout that run. I was in the back, and I came and topped off, and I just kept bouncing back and forth between being good and being short, and I didn't want to just completely be at the back and lose all my trap position, so I was trying to steadily work my way up to have a shot at least. And then with about, I don't know, it was 5 to go or 6 to go or something, I think I was 8th or 9th in line, and I just shot to the outside, and everyone was saving so hard. I noticed that Chris and Jeremy were a lap down, and they were leading the pack, so I was like, well, if I can pass everybody and get to those guys, then maybe I can save behind them. And it was going to be really interesting if it stayed green, Joe. I think I was half a lap bad and then half a lap good, so I might have ran out, and then I was actually happy to see the first caution, because then I could come take fuel. And then I saw those top 6 stay out, and I was like, well, do they have enough? I don't know. So and then Jordan Trask said that he was good for 1 green, white, checkered. So then when we had the second one, I thought, okay, well, I don't think there's any way those guys that stayed out can make it. So then it handed us the lead, and at that point, man, I just wanted to see the next flag, whatever it was, and man, I can't believe we pulled it off.
And go back on that too. I mean, at any point though, after that first caution, we were like, man, am I going to be able to get back up front and win this thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw at the very beginning, but Jacob Grant actually pulled out a line. I think he was literally lap 1 or 2, and I don't know if he just misjudged it a little bit, but he ended up hitting my right rear, and it almost hooked me initially, and I kind of counter-steered and got off him, and my teammates were telling me it kind of caved in my right rear quarter a little bit, and I didn't really think much of it. And then I jumped out in front of Parker early in the race, and it was like a freaking anchor, and just went backwards. And I came to pit road, and I had 25 seconds of damage, and so that lost us all our trap position initially. And then it was just kind of a game to get back up front, but it just kind of kept going into this fuel mode where we were close, and it was just, like I said, it was a really weird Daytona. It just wasn't a normal Daytona race, but I don't really care at the end of the day. We found victory lane, and man, it's just a great way, especially after coming off last year. It was just I'm just glad to be back in victory lane.
Yeah, one for the books here tonight, put it in victory lane, like you said. Now, obviously, I would say, hey, great start to the season, put you in the playoffs, but that has changed too. So what's maybe the mindset now? Yeah, you got to win to start the season, but you still got to keep it up to get into that playoff.
Yeah, we're just gonna do our normal thing, Joe. You know, I know I alluded to it just a second ago, but last season was just very uncharacteristic of me. I had a kind of a lot going on in my personal life, and I just kind of felt distracted, and I missed a race or two, and had some computer issues, and it just, I don't know, it just was not a normal season by my standards to miss the playoffs, and you know, I did a lot of grinding on the off season. I've been racing a lot in some other leagues, and just trying to get some confidence back, and just a reminder that I can still get it done. And I know it's a super speedway, and anyone can win these things, but you know, I think it just showed that we were focused, and we're on the right strategy. And I'm really excited for this year. I think this new format is going to play into my strengths a lot, of just being consistent and not necessarily having to go out and win every week, but just, you know, be in contention and try to click off top fives and, you know, top threes, and just be there and stay out of trouble and run well. So I'm excited for it. Obviously, it's a lot of pressure off to go ahead and get a win under our belt, especially after not getting one last year. So I think all it does is just give us confidence moving forward, and I'm really looking forward to the season.
Off to a great start. You got anybody you want to thank for the win tonight?
Yeah, as always, Joe, got to thank you and OSR Network. Awesome having you coming back on board. I've watched a lot of broadcasts, and no one does it like you, Joe. So, you know, you're a special part of our series. I'm glad to have you back with us. Thank you to Chris and Joe Spinelli, Abram Ghost with Ghost Athletics, and just all the guys coming on. And, you know, we've kind of revamped the league a little bit this year, and just injected some more life into it. And man, I've run in a lot of leagues, and there's just nothing quite like the CRL. So just really appreciative to be here. I got to thank all my SMB Motorsports teammates. I'm trying to get everyone. Ross Tatum, Matthew Williams. Want to give a happy birthday shout out to Matthew. It's his birthday tonight. Zachary Peterson. Matt Dyer is kind of our unofficial teammate, not being chartered this year, but still our teammate nonetheless. Logan Brakey, I think I said Zach Peterson already. Just all my SMB guys. It's just it's a fun time to race with those guys, and I enjoy it. Shout out to Rob Sherwood. I'm sure he's probably watching, and any of my guys in my other series, Gary Ragland, Todd Willis, those guys, Chandler Runk. It's been fun racing with those guys and during the off season. And yeah, so I'm gonna quit rambling, but I appreciate the time, Joe. I gotta take the advantage of the mic when I got it. And yeah, just looking forward to this season, man. Season 25 is gonna be awesome, and we're in it to win it this year.
No doubt about it. There's Joshua Altus, man, a winner tonight. Matthew, man, I tell you what, kicking off the season. Wow, and I'm with Joshua there. That was kind of unique because, you know, the first time I've ever, I think in a while, have had a green-white checkered race end under a caution. But to have it here, and then a fuel mileage race at Daytona.
At Daytona. I can't even believe I'm saying that.
Yeah, that's, wow. Well, let's see the results order. The unofficial here is Joshua Altus. He does bring it home tonight. And Nathan Brown there in second. Joshua Gilliam brings home in third. Evan Kinney there in fourth. Mike Kelly up in the fifth. Lane Hostler finishes out sixth. Joe Spinelli up in the seventh. Matt Dyer finishes eighth. Ross Tatum in the ninth. And Dusty Martin there in 10th. Look through the rest of the field. You know, some guys tonight had some really good runs. We saw a lot of wild stuff here. I mean, you know, a few cautions. Really didn't see the big one until, well, obviously right there at the green-white checkered. And like you said, man, just mind-blowing fuel mileage race at Daytona, man.
Yeah, I still haven't got my mind wrapped around that. I cannot believe we ran them out of fuel at Daytona, man.
Yeah,
that's insane.
You normally, you know, when you talk about Daytona, you talk about the big one, you talk about the wreck, you talk about stuff like that, but not fuel mileage, which is what these guys seen. But folks, man, I hope you enjoyed it, man. It was a wild one here at Daytona. Joshua Altus pulls it off here for the first race here, the 2026 season. Clean Racing League, presented by Ghost Athletics, CRL Podcast, and Salvage Designs. Folks, we're going to leave here. Everyone, have a good night.